Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another week of Nuggets. Thank you, Pastor Bob, for helping us find Christ in the Psalms throughout last week's Nuggets. This week, we'll be focusing on the past, on history. The Psalms we'll be focusing on this week are considered historical Psalms, and each Psalm highlights a different part of history and has a different purpose. Now, some of you may not have pleasant memories of studying history at school because maybe you remember history as a teacher standing in front of the class and giving out date after date after date. But don't worry, we won't torture you like that. You see, there's a reason why it's important to study history. And these are not my words, but what schools and universities have understood about including history in their syllabus. Educators believe that studying history helps provide a sense of identity and belonging. It is also said that history helps us better understand the past in order to comprehend our present, because it helps us see how our present has been shaped by the past. Hopefully, studying history also makes us learn from past mistakes, but unfortunately, that is not always the case, since we have seen over and over again how history repeats itself. Psalm 78 is a historical psalm, and the author takes the time to explain why he's writing this kind of psalm. In fact, he uses the first 8 verses to state his purpose. "O my people, listen to my teaching. Open your ears to what I am saying. For I will show you lessons from our history, stories handed down to us from former generations. I will reveal these truths to you so that you can describe these glorious deeds of Jehovah to your children and tell them about the mighty miracles he did. For he gave his laws to Israel and commanded our fathers to teach them to their children, so that they in turn could teach their children too. Thus his laws passed down from generation to generation. In this way, each generation has been able to obey his laws and to set its hope anew on God and not forget his glorious miracles. Thus, they did not need to be as their fathers were, stubborn, rebellious, unfaithful, refusing to give their hearts to God." There's a saying, "The apple doesn't fall far from the tree," which means that children often behave very similarly to their parents. And that's great if they're engaging in godly behavior. But it sounds like the psalmist here is saying, don't be like your parents. Learn from their mistakes. Those mistakes were forgetting God, not recognizing him in their lives, turning their back on God when clearly he was the one who delivered them over and over again. Honestly, I can see the same problem in our day, where we neglect to see God's faithfulness in our lives, and we end up making the same mistakes as our forefathers. Let's be intentional about learning from the past. And that is our nugget for today. I'll see you tomorrow.